Let's be real, death is the one event none of us can dodge. Half of Americans think about it monthly, and a third of Gen Z ponders it daily. Morbid, maybe. But let's face it, being alive is pretty great. No wonder the wellness industry rakes in $1.8 trillion just to keep us here a little longer. But what if science could predict when we'll go? Turns out, math has been working on that for centuries. The long history of predicting death. Predicting when someone will die might sound like a sci-fi nightmare, but the idea isn't new. In the 1600s, traders and merchants needed a way to assess the risks of sea voyages, where storms and pirates could turn a profitable trip into a watery grave. Enter Lloyd's of London, a company that began crunching numbers to determine how risky each journey was. The more perilous the trip, the higher the cost of insurance. This simple concept eventually gave birth to the modern insurance industry. Fast forward to today, and the same principles are used to predict not just shipwrecks, but human mortality itself. The difference? Instead of ships, we're now analyzing every aspect of human life: health, behavior, lifestyle, and even location to estimate how long we might live. The data trail we leave behind. If you think you're unpredictable, think again. Every action we take leaves a trail of data, from our sleep habits to our coffee orders. Even the websites we visit, yes, even that one, contribute to a vast pool of information that machines can use to determine patterns in human behavior. Consider this: if someone had to guess where you'll be at 4:00 a.m. tomorrow, they'd probably be right in saying, at home, sleeping, and at 9:00 a.m., likely at work or school. Humans, despite believing we're spontaneous and unique, follow remarkably predictable routines. The more data collected, the more accurate these predictions become. This is known as the law of large numbers, a mathematical theory that states that with a large enough sample size, the average outcome will closely reflect reality. Essentially, the more information you feed into an algorithm, the better it becomes at foreseeing the future. How predictive analytics works. At its core, predictive analytics takes historical data and uses it to make educated guesses about the future. It's the reason why your shopping apps suggest products you didn't even know you needed, or why Netflix knows exactly what to recommend next. Now, imagine applying this same concept to human mortality. By analyzing massive datasets containing medical records, demographics, and lifestyle choices, scientists can estimate a person's life expectancy with shocking accuracy. Let's break it down with a simple analogy. Suppose you have a bag filled with 20 marbles, red, yellow, and blue. If you pull one out, you can't predict with certainty which color it will be. But if you repeat the process 100,000 times, you'll start to see clear patterns. This is how predictive mortality models work. By analyzing vast amounts of data, they can calculate the likelihood of different outcomes. What determines life expectancy? Several factors contribute to how long you might live, and they can be categorized into two main groups: positive and negative influences. Negative factors: smoking, chronic illnesses, high-risk hobbies, looking at you, skydivers, and lack of access to healthcare. Positive factors: regular exercise, a balanced diet, a high income, and good medical care. Shout out to Canada. Some factors have a stronger impact than others. For example, research consistently shows that wealthier individuals tend to live longer due to better access to healthcare and healthier lifestyles. To further refine predictions, machine learning takes things a step further. Unlike traditional statistical models where humans select the relevant factors, machine learning algorithms analyze everything, including factors we might overlook, and determine what's truly important. Can AI really predict your death? This might sound like something out of a dystopian novel, but artificial intelligence is already being used to estimate life expectancy. In one study, researchers trained an AI model using health and demographic data from Denmark and tested its accuracy by predicting whether individuals would survive within a given time frame. The AI got it right 80% of the time, far better than random guessing. So what does this mean for the average person? While these models are still in development, they have the potential to revolutionize how we approach healthcare, insurance, and even personal decision-making. Imagine a future where AI provides you with a detailed lifespan estimate and recommendations on how to extend it. Would you change your habits if you knew you only had 20 years left? A real-life longevity prediction. To see predictive analytics in action, let's consider an example. Actuaries, professionals who specialize in risk assessment, already use this science in the insurance industry. When an actuary was given basic details about a person, age, gender, smoking status, they estimated that a healthy non-smoking 40-year-old male had a 37% chance of living to 90 and an 8% chance of making it to 100. While those numbers might sound comforting or terrifying, depending on your perspective, they highlight a crucial fact. Life expectancy isn't just about genetics. The choices we make every day, what we eat, how much we exercise, and even where we live can significantly impact our longevity. Research shows that moving to a blue zone, regions known for exceptional longevity, like Okinawa or Sardinia, can add years to your life, thanks to better diets, strong social connections, and lower stress levels. And let's not forget lifestyle choices. Studies suggest that avoiding processed foods, walking daily, and maintaining a positive outlook can add a decade or more to your life. So while your DNA might hand you the blueprint, it's your daily habits that build the house. Want to beat the odds? Maybe start swapping out that third cup of coffee for a green smoothie and consider taking the stairs instead of the elevator. The limits of prediction. Even with all the data in the world, life is still full of unpredictability. There are outliers, black swan events that no algorithm can foresee. Accidents, sudden illnesses, and global pandemics remind us that while science can provide estimates, nothing is set in stone. One moment, you're sipping coffee, and the next, you're caught in an event no AI could have foreseen. That said, the accuracy of these predictions is undeniably impressive. The better the data, the better the forecasts. But should we rely entirely on numbers? The human experience is more than just probabilities. It's about emotions, choices, and the unexpected twists that make life worth living. This raises an interesting ethical question. If science could tell you exactly when you'll die, would you want to know? And if you did, would it change how you live your life today? Taking control of your fate. Despite all this talk about algorithms and probability, one fact remains. We still have agency over our own lives. While data can suggest the most likely outcomes, it doesn't dictate them. Every decision we make today, from choosing to exercise to quitting smoking, has the power to shift our trajectory. Sure, predictive analytics can tell us what's probable, but they can't account for last-minute decisions, spontaneous adventures, or acts of defiance against statistical norms. If there's one lesson to take away, it's that time is our most valuable resource. Math, science, and predictive analytics can help us maximize it, but ultimately, how we spend it is up to us. Instead of fearing the inevitable, why not embrace it by making every day meaningful? Laugh a little louder, take that trip, call that friend. You're more than a data point, and your choices still matter. That's all for today's video. If this blew your mind, or at least made you question your existence for a second, don't leave without smashing that like and subscribe. Maybe the algorithm already predicted you'd love the next video. Stay curious, stay alive, and I'll see you in the next one.